Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Price. Welcome to September Energies. August energies were building momentum. Deep changes were occurring. Building momentum was about catalyzing a change state. And overall, it was preparing your energy field for the upcoming changes that begin to intensify in September. It was building the momentum necessary to move into the next phase of energetic structural change and even interaction, which I'll be talking about in correlation with the September energies. In August, you might have noticed issues coming up that maybe you thought they were cleared, but instead they intensified. Or maybe you noticed more aha moments as the mental momentum of understanding was propelling you forward. So much was shifting around how we relate to the self, to those in our life, and the world around us. Shifting these relationships so there's a healthy connection is imperative. And that takes some effort. And August was such a catalyst to clarify your energetic interactions, which of course brings me to the September energies. The energies I was given for September is freedom bound. And it's a play on words, has a double meaning. Is your freedom bound, or are you bound for freedom, moving towards freedom? Freedom bound. Overall, September will be about healthy flow within your energetic structure and healthy connections. And first, I want to talk about how your energetic structure is changing on a physical level, and then we'll relate it to your mental and emotional interactions. The imagery that I was shown for September was an inner excavating, especially in the third chakra and the heart chakra, how those two interact. So your courage, your will, your identity that anchors into the physical realm, really flowing easily with the energy of the heart, your infinite self, your unconditional loving nature, even though you're balancing that with the conditions in the physical realm. And there was also a lot of shift in the throat, the mouth, the palate of the mouth, all the way to the crown. And I'll expand on this a little bit when I talk about the light language transmission later. But with August, building momentum, Arion, the Lyran Council of Time that I channel, talked a lot about the ring pass not, or moving through a barrier, a membrane into the next level or the next phase of experience. And since we live in the physical realm of conditions, we are bound by those rules. Our freedom is bound by the rules of physicality. Yet, these systems of structure provide us the foundation to evolve past those rules. But we have to do that in full resonance, not just through a facade change. We must go through that real change state. And that can be confusing sometimes as things look the same on the outside and the change is more subtle at first. And what August was offering you was the momentum to move through the barriers of your own physical energy field limitations, especially where relationships are binding you to depletion, self-degradation, sacrifice without empowerment for all involved. And of course, your energy field is a separate system, and it's interconnected with many layers of interaction. There's your internal flow, and there are connections with those that are closer in your life, even those that have been closer in your life, your family, your friends, coworkers, all of those relationships. And all of that information is in your energy field. And some of the connections are still there as well. So as we move through the process of ascension, we're creating more conscious interactions and connections with our own natural universal flow, or the overarching subtle realm rules that build the physical experience. And this is the point of the axiotonal alignment sessions that I do that fully activate and connect your universal meridian system so that you are receiving that broader flow of the system of life that you are contained within. Yet that inner flow has to resonate in a way that can facilitate that. So those layers of personal, collective, planetary, up through the universal connection, even the multiversal connection, because we're multidimensional, are part of your flow of information. Though, of course, not all of that is conscious. And what August catalyzed and September will continue as you move past the current boundaries of your freedom is to release the degrading interactions and connect you with that replenishing, empowering, broader flow, expanding your energetic field. And as you sensitives are well aware of, being connected to a person or structures, habits, people that you love or loved, or people that you're interacting with a lot, sometimes those connections are like a flow of poison into your system because they're offloading their own festered poison, misinformation, belief systems, maybe things they swallowed from another. You see this rampantly on social media, though, of course, it didn't start there. August was helping you to build that momentum to change those interactions that are degrading your system. And each situation is different. And even the same situation will call for different interactions at different times. Some experiences you're meant to stay in and heal yourself. Others you're meant to leave and heal yourself. Sometimes you're meant to say nothing. Other times you're meant to stand up for yourself. But you are being called to another level of empowerment. And this is why your inner work is so important, because those healthy connections require a strength and a flexibility to sustain. And where you were catalyzed to change in August, you will continue to be drawn to empowerment in September, more freedom within. And we are in the crucible of change. And your work is, as always, to neutralize as much as possible so that you're changing with less fear or unconscious reaction and more conscious choice. So in September, you will be called to move through the ring past knot, past the conditions that have bound you. And that's an inside job. Neutralizing to that push and pull around you. And that's when you maintain your balance within the entropy that is occurring with such intensity now. It's not easy. And the penetrating and degrading information of blame and shame must be released from within you, or you continue to degrade. Even if you get some momentary relief from releasing it out. That's what people are doing often on social media, vomiting some of that pain out. But to sustain your integrity during intense change, you remain as neutral as possible. Being able to access the increasing potentials that entropy offers, which means you're actually creating negative entropy, which is the decrease of chaos within a system. And you do that on an energetic level through being willing to address the degrading energetics that are within your system, and especially not polarizing toward or away from the positives and negatives, but by neutralizing within. All is well. life continues. And you can connect into that higher frequency potential of the unconditional love that builds this world. Energy flows where attention goes. It doesn't judge the attention as good or bad, right or wrong. It just flows. But you are the one in the realm of conditions. And as a light worker, you're blending the rules of the subtle realm of unconditionality here in the realm of conditions. So you honor the conditions of the physical realm as you neutralize to them. And like the neutral neutron that creates that stable connection between two opposites, you facilitate a change state. Is your freedom bound by the conditions that are around you? Are you only able to thrive if a certain person in your life will allow you, or the good political party wins, whatever that means? Your freedom is being able to interact with people, governments, weather, all of that and more. But are those things binding you, or are they freeing you to find a new solution, to become a new solution? That neutralizing solution so that you can resonate with a more universally connected, replenishing connection. And as things are figuratively, sometimes very literally heating up, you have that potential to become a supersaturated solution. Of course, saturated with love. That's where your freedom is. Love knows no bounds. In September, I am teaching light language online, but that class is sold out. So if you would like to get on the waiting list for the next one, then you can visit the website and email us for that. I will, of course, be doing a Lyran perspective. And last month, I already talked about the ring pass knot that Ariane was speaking about, but in connection with building momentum, they also talked about consistency and amplification. And most people want amplification, the excitement, the wow factor. Oh, this is great change. But consistency is incredibly important. It's the sum of each of the small steps that create the journey. And they talked about how blending that consistency and amplification in your physical experience and your subtle bridge, your thoughts and emotions, that's what helps to manifest your creativity in this world. So really honoring the physical and honoring the subtle. So this is another layer of blending what is going on in our energy field on the physical realm of conditions and the subtle realm of unconditionality. I will also be doing a monthly energies teleclass to support your inner freedom by letting go of harmful bindings and being able to sustain your connection with that broader flow of unconditional love that replenishes you and helps you emanate that out into your life and into the world. Now, let's talk about the light language. First, there was a lot of movement in the third eye and the throat chakras, with energy strongly releasing and activating, especially in the throat chakra of manifestation. I was also shown the Shri Yantra integrating into the energy field, which really reinforced that understanding that we are interconnected on many levels and part of a universal flow that is propelling us and compelling us to flow with a greater resonance with universal law, not just physical law. There was also a powerful flow of writing the story of Earth, something that Ariane mentions often as they say, get your energy into your life, into this world. Because when the power of love rules, it doesn't overpower, it empowers. And that's within you. Now, to attune and focus you in September, I was given a specific healing mantra of, I am the freedom of blank in human form. I am the freedom of love in human form. I am the freedom of joy in human form. Now, why in human form? I was shown this is very specific to embrace the limitations, the bindings of form and the human experience, to embrace that in order to neutralize to that and then connect that with the freedom of whichever focus you're choosing. For instance, I am the freedom of peace in human form. So as you meditate on that, you begin to learn more deeply how powerful and freeing that state of peace is. Like, what experiences of peace are passive or active? What does that look like in your life? How does that change? What kinds of thoughts and feelings do you have when you are peaceful or when you're not peaceful and you're seeking peace? So as you focus on that healing mantra, you are releasing and activating and integrating that in through September, creating more freedom, releasing past those bounds from your peace and expanding that into a new level. So leave a comment below of what you will be focusing on as we each saturate this world with our freedom and the inherent state that we are meant to be in. Please like and share this video and have a powerful September. Enjoy the light language.
Bev ashto ormdar sakraret indet urut. Bramba chanda karanda derut ungurmat nanda orel lem chorkderets urumba. Kshem surum jankraret it ururent emb krort il. Klel ilem sturmat sakrand et krand kamba a. Wantat urutsut. Chonuruk and amabat erut unukrut hemp anel lormba. Bjaru kremp set unukrend hinid erut unugurul emma. Mem groma. Bjaru krend idiot il krumtiet dand krompa. Hamba. Kerot krumsat ia. Janando krumtet il ururut ukwaret tem menend rurusot ashakraret iet enent aroma. Mem krambat ununshur kurut il glel nukrapresat anand. Hanga krumta had derot rurushte aroma. Monend kramba nen churu kurat eret lol im korend hand in net estur matsukram dat anan hanne ekrorur urat. Kwa sam urmba shat krerut no urata. Alal urmda sukmenbet indi kterut unut uruset isturut tun kraruma patarut el klel esturm sukrumtit tanda ktanda kornda sonchakr atat inin kurupa ahwa. And urum sochand krerut. Huema krusut unashtayr krarta. Klal urumda sumsur chataknend ramba. Henin nunu makasur chadarut undu kralle elerum asarat chakran. Tanat urumdar urut blal sashtayrat. Kananda armasar knand ayet ururstet isur kriet rumba. Kamba kneret nand alal immod gramba. Braistarut sukrendit it suruchur knd grumdat erot grunda himda lal. Hemma. Noras steigradet sit ient urunte. Bramjarknend rasurut tal ilklelum stad eksand. Tanend erotunut krabdail unimsektiet rot ganend a. Waramba so. Garata da sorubestarat e glor bed. Nendo krumsit und grar dorol krmend der tini itsur chaur. Nend urkmrad rauritset url ningradet et ton graet mok tal and sud chokret eke kurumba as. Gamba at nensud uchakrand id. Werm ta koa. Korma hissa stor sandat bron chat kreerut nuk dal lem chanet gnen sur mend grand it dukrot o karat dom pa it rut sum shad kad kramta karat o sun chakr imtet sut and chen grambt it gnund urta boa aga mor tent I Nos haram jarut groritel ilelum stet gnensarat non chop dorut. Kradetsut nuisterit il urmdet at saknend urmba brand grar ster ut suknend him mnend ardad lel